Alrighty then, folks. Hello there, and welcome back to Winning the 1-Year War. So, in the last episode, I had meant to mention this, but there's this here research tab, which allows you to get new stuff. You can probably figure out what research is for. So, it's the third tab down from the main menu. There's 3 options in here. Each one you get access to this menu. If you remember espionage, it's very similar to that, but for simplicity's sake, this top one is general tech. The one under that is mobile suit, and one under that is mobile armor. As Zeon, we kind of can't ignore any of them, like you need all 3. But as the Federation, generally you can ignore mobile armor, unless you think during Zeta you're going to side with the Titans, which that'll allow you to get the Psycho Gundam. And I think it also allows you to get Cyber New types. I could be wrong though, I don't remember if that's required or not. So, when you do click on one of them, you need general tech for everything. For most mobile suits, you need general tech, but you don't need mobile armor. And for most mobile armor, you need both general tech and mobile suit. And so, yeah, you can occasionally avoid mobile armor. I never will, though, because I just like having them all at the same place. So when you do click on one of these, you get this menu. This one at the top is minimum investment. This one's half investment, and then this bottom one's full investment. It takes 20 minimum investments to rank up, or to level up. It takes 10 half investments, and it takes 5 full investments. You'll notice the numbers kind of coincide with that. Yeah. This early in the game we're level 1, so it's 400, but as the game goes on, tech gets more and more expensive to the point where I think as the start of Axis, you would have to spend more on tech than you would than you make in the turn till like you invade all of the Earth and most of the AUG's territory out in space. So I don't suggest you tech up all the time, but as the Federation and Zeon in the very beginning, you should definitely do full investment for quite a while. So what you want to do as the Federation, you want to strive for Tech 5, because that's that's the beginning of the White Base quest line, and it's getting the Gundam. For Zeon, you want to strive for Tech 7, because Tech 7 is when you develop the Dom. That's probably about as far as we'll get in this campaign, because we'll be destroying the AI, but to save Garma's life way later in the White Base events, you actually have to have the Dom. You choose to ignore Kyoui and give Rumble Raw the Dom, and he both saves Garma and prevents, he captures the White Base, gun cannon, and the gun tank. We'll be probably doing that later. Probably. I might fuck it up, but, you know, whatnot. If you want to do all of the White Base events very well, after you grab Odessa in North America, don't invade Kilimanjaro till you're at tech level 5 or tech level 7, depending on how you feel, because it takes 18 turns to get from the beginning of the White Base events to Kilimanjaro. But we're on a 100-turn time limit down in the left corner, so you guys don't want to specialize or be careful about how long you take. But if you are at Dom level and they're not even in Gundams yet, unless they like rush out GMs, which is possible on normal, but generally on easy they don't do it very well, you're able to like wipe over the Earth pretty quickly. The only annoying fact of that is they have an event where units spawn on Solomon and units spawn on Yabou. If you get really smart about it, you can get around that, and you can, because they spawn in certain places. I believe they spawn up here when they attack Solomon. And if you move troops in from over here on the same turn that they're going to spawn in, you spawn around them and you can murder them in one turn. It's really nice. I think I did that with big Zoms last time. Like, just have like 3 big Zoms, because yes, you can mass produce the big Zom. Just have 3 big Zoms here, and then just like main gun, have them all use their map attacks and just rip the enemy apart. It's great. And if you can end Solomon within, I think it's 4 turns, you can prevent Slager from dying, which is really nice. Like 4 battle phases. You'll understand what I mean by that in about 5 minutes when we actually start the battle. But also, I didn't really mention it in the previous episode, but we can't invade Luna 2 yet. Like, we can't invade it yet, because that's the 3rd to last one we're allowed to we're allowed to invade. The first one being Odessa, then all of North America, and then Hawaii, then Kilimanjaro, Madras, Peking, and then the events in Solomon and Abo Kupop, and then you can finally invade Jaburo. Or at one point you can avoid all of that and just invade Jaburo straight up, but there's only certain units you're allowed to use, and you're not allowed to use the only certain aquatic units, and I don't think you're allowed to use the standard Zegok, which was a really big issue for me. It's like I could have took it with the Zegoks, but they make you use the special variants of the, like the Wagyu, the one with the tentacles, and the Ralo or the Rallo, however you pronounce that one, the red one with the blades, which all suck very, very badly. So I didn't do that. But anyway, so we can't attack Luna 2, but the AI can't attack us. So we're going to take here, we're going to take space over Jabou, we're going to take space 2, and we're going to take space 1. So we have the surround on Luna 2, and they have to try to defend against us, but we're going to use a bunch of Gattle fighters and Musais and HLVs and shit. So they don't know what composition we have, and we don't know what they have. So you can kind of cheese it, but if you get attacked, you're screwed. But we're going to cheese it around Luna 2, so they have to worry about defending that, while we have all our mobile suits running over the planet. But I think we should get Odessa by the end of this turn, because we're mostly there already. We can also detach a Kyoui shuttle and send down one Zaku 2 from this stack. If we want to, you go to this one, which means like release or let go, I think. And that can actually be dropped on the planet. Like, you can unload that. Oops, wrong button. And yeah, you can load this, and then you can go and descend on... You can descend on it if you want, but I don't want to do that, because I haven't proved yet or not if Belfast can attack you from space. If you can attack space from Belfast. Because this game is weird like that. Because with Hawaii over here, it's production point, and usually you'd be able to attack space, right? Well, you can't do it with Hawaii for whatever reason, because, you know, there's no space above Hawaii or something. Yeah, but if you're in Hawaii and you control all three of the production points, you can move people from Hawaii into space, but you can't attack from there. So I'm not sure if Belfast can attack space or not, because over here you can only attack space from this middle province, but you can move people into the atmosphere from both New York and LA, or California base. So I'm not sure, but I don't think they can, but I want to be careful just in case, because that would suck if they got through our undefended rear. But yeah, I think after Odessa, we're just going to sit in Odessa. We're not going to worry about taking all the stuff surrounding it, because even if we do take it, we can't attack Belfast yet. Even if we win all the way to Kilimanjaro, it would just be making the next event quicker, and I don't really care about that. So we're just going to leave a big stack in here, and then they'll build up troops all around. We'll drop some guys in North America. We'll take over those bases, and we'll actually expand out from North America. But we don't need to worry about Europe. And then after that, the descent on Africa is here. So we'll drop on there, and then we'll go for Kilimanjaro once we're ready. I think that'll be at Tech 5. We also do have enough resources to build units if we wanted. We can only build the Zaku C right now, which is 600 credits and 1350 resources. So we could theoretically build about 5. Well, 4.5. But we don't want to do that. Though we do want to do this, because I didn't mention this. This third menu down here, or this fourth menu down here, is the available plans. We currently have the designs for the Zaku F, the DOP, and the Jotunheim. We're going to ignore that one because it's not very good. But see this one here? It costs 2,000 credits, takes 2 turns. And I don't know about the new thing versus the end. I think it's just the Japanese being weird, like, oh, this is unresearched, this is already researched, but they couldn't really put that. So they just kind of put it as new. So we're going to research this, and after you research it, if you click circle again, you have the option to double, or you pay the same amount to double the speed, but it's in 2 turns, so there's no point in doing it. Though, if there's anything, you want to rush the Zaku J, or the Desert Zaku, because the Desert Zaku can scan, which is very useful in the coming battle. In battle is very, very useful. I used to think it wasn't, but it very much is. The Desert Zaku can scan, and the Zaku J does a bunch of missile damage, which is really useful, especially if the enemies have eye fields. Which you might not think, but when you're fighting other Zeon factions, it gets pretty tough. Zeon's actually the best for fighting eye fields because everyone has normal guns. Like, unless you're using Action Zakus or Gelgugs, you're pretty safe there. Yeah, I'm just wondering how many, because they're going to move like half their troops into this one, and we have some pretty good guys here, so that's not really going to be an issue. And then they have 17 here, but I don't know if they're going to move people from the 17 over to here, or they're going to keep everyone in there, and then we'll be able to push over here uncontested. Who knows? So after that, we're going to end the turn, as you might expect. This one is the decisions menu. I showed you that last time. The second to last one is the options menu. I don't know what half of these buttons do. The only one I really know is BGM. This bottom one adds units that you have already researched into the database. I still haven't completed mine because I always forget. And there's units I can't get in this game. But yeah, that adds in the database. This is quick save. I don't know the reason for that. And then this one is actual save. And this one exits you back to the game menu. Which is, yeah, I use that one quite a bit actually. So, and then this bottom one is end turn. So we're going to do that. And then they get to do their turn. So how turns work in this, their turn is first. It's their turn, then your turn. So if they produce anything, it happens on the end of your turn and the beginning of their turn. Whereas if you develop anything, you have to wait past their turn for you to get anything. That's how they make units appear out of nowhere. So the Federation has... they have 2 long-range bombers down here. They have 2 tanks, stack of saberfish, a Medea transport plane, and 3 mantis bombers. And 2 mantis bombers, 2 stacks of tanks, and a dish. So up here, the dish is this round circular plane. You'll know why it's called a dish. It's pretty easy to figure out. It's a scanning unit, which allows you to scan up to 5 spaces around it. Really useful. 2 tanks, so they're going to be there for... Well, they're going to get about here by the end of the battle, which is going to be annoying, but we can deal with it. 2 planes that don't do very much damage. It takes a full stack... Or it takes 3 full stacks of planes or 3 full stacks of tanks to destroy 1 Zaku unit per battle. That'll make more sense when I actually get to that, but... Yeah, so planes and tanks are pretty difficult. That's what makes the Federation campaign so hard in the very beginning. Saberfishes are these space fighters that do kind of work in the atmosphere. They can only attack flying units, though. So there's nothing you gotta worry about there. These two bombers are bombers with long range capability. They can attack from 2 hexes away, but they do about the same amount of damage. They can be kind of difficult if you're not careful, but nothing we really have to worry about. So see these bases here. Controlling a base will heal you and provide supply every turn, but it won't replace damaged suits. Like if you notice of those 2 bars, there's that top one that says 180 and then 3. That means we have 180 HP and 3 suits in the unit. And then under that is our energy, which is 300, because unlike the show, mobile suits in this actually have an energy limit. So if you have a suit get shot down, if that 3 number goes to 2, which happens after a third of their HP is lowered, then you go down to 1 suit if 2/3 of their HP is lowered. You can't replace those till after the battle's over, but at the beginning of the battle, or if one of them gets really damaged but not destroyed, you can have them move back into a base and completely full heal. There's nothing about that. So what I'm doing is I'm moving a unit from the HLV into this base to capture it, which ironically has Garcia in it. Then we're going to grab these 2. We're going to move them down onto the supply line, down to here, because they're going to go capture this base. But this here is a supply line. This generates you some energy. And if you're in 2 bases connect to each other, it generates you, I think, about a quarter of your HP, or a quarter of your energy, so it can be useful. But if you move a unit onto the supply line, you cut it off. But if so what we're doing is, and if you're on the supply line while you control both bases, you get 1 extra hex of movement, I think. It's either 1 or 2 extra hexes, I don't remember exactly. So what we did was we cut them off, but since we control this base up here, we're going to connect this point to this base. So this unit here will be able to move to right here, or probably right here by the end of the battle. And then next turn we'll have them move down to here, we'll have that guy meet up because the supply line will again be connected. And then we'll have them both capture that and go down to take out these guys. Unless by then those guys will be very close to us, so we don't have to worry about that. So when you do click on this, when you click on like an HLV or a ship or anything controlling units, it says square for select, so you can single click them, or triangle for auto. If you click auto, you have to press start to move them all out. I have no reason why they did that. It's horrible, horrible button mapping, but it's there. That's how it works. So yeah, these units have a 3 movement range. Except for here, strangely, because this is a mountain, they get 1 hex removed, but they have to move over this HLV here. So we can either move around the mountain, or we can move directly up to it. We're going to move around it, because the AI can move, or the tanks can only move 2 spaces, I think, and if there's a mountain, they can only move 1. But the bombers can move 5. And here we're 6 spots away, so we're kind of safe there. We'll throw the black tri-stars into the breach, because who cares? I'm not worried about them getting hit. They'll take a lot of damage. Oh, that I should say. The black tri-stars have 70 HP each, and they're only 1 unit, because they're aces. But they do, they get bonuses for being together, so it's okay. But since they only have one unit, they can go all the way down to 1 HP and still heal completely full. Which gets really annoying when later on ace units have just as much HP as the rest of people, so they'll have like 360 or 480, and then they'll go all the way down to 1, and then by the end of the turn they'll be back to like 225 HP for being in bases. Like, the AI really likes doing that for some reason. Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. We can apparently send HLVs back into space. Who knew? I never actually use that, because usually I put commanders in the HLVs, so we get some benefit for it. But yeah, we'll leave 2 so we have kind of mobile bases, because we can move units in there to heal a little bit, just like being in a ship. But usually I put commanders in them so we get an aura. Do any of these guys produce an aura? Like, did anyone? Yeah, this guy did. Oh, do we have Gihren in here? Yeah, we do, in fact. So Giren's our faction leader. Gihren produces this aura, which basically gives you bonuses to everything. And he has 11 charisma, so it's a pretty good aura. Because he's the faction leader, he apparently generates 7 spaces? 6? Yeah, 6 spaces around him. So just having him is really useful. Okay. That was my cats fighting. They're being idiots again. So yeah, what we're going to do is, this is the start menu from the actual battle. This one is the map, or the overview. This one goes back to the main screen. You use that occasionally to see who you're getting attacked by. This one is a unit list, options menu. That one's battle save. I didn't actually know what this one did, or that second to last one did. This last one is to end your turn. You'll notice that we moved all our guys except for these ones because they're HLVs and can't move. So there's no point in doing anything with them. So we'll let them take their turn. And yeah, they move straight up to us, but who cares? So they're attacking us with 2 separate things. They both get to attack, but we get to choose which one we counter. There's also choosing which one you get to melee. But they don't do enough damage to kill us, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, sometimes they talk, but it's all generic stuff that usually, unless they have a conversation with another pilot, I won't translate. Yeah, and so if you notice, they took out one of our Zakus. So we can't repair through that Zaku. If we send him back to a base, we can't repair through that Zaku. But the unit still functions, it just does 1/3 of the damage now. But the thing about that is, like, they took out one Zaku while we take out, like, a whole stack of their units. Can the Black Tri-Stars move around and get these guys? Damn, I was hoping we could hit these ones. Oh well. You guys here, you'll go take out these ones. So, see how that all 3 of them got damaged, but the bottom one's in better shape than the other 2? You click this 4th to bottom button. This one's attack, by the way. This one's move, this one's hold position. You got this 4th to the bottom button, you click that, then you pick which order you want it. So I click the bottom one first, then I click the second one, then I click the first one. So now the stronger one is on the top, which is very useful. That's reorganizing, by the way. So we're going to have them go around and shoot these guys. There's 1 tank here and 2 saberfish, so that means only one of them can hit us, so there's nothing to worry about there. Also, if we get the chance, we might be able to melee them. See this weird looking one where it kind of displays out in the beginning? That's scanning. See how the enemy are gray right now? That means they're unscanned, so we have a 20% chance less to hit them, and we do 10% less damage, even if we get full hits. So you want to scan if you can, but since they're ace units, they can scan, and it only costs 10 energy, apparently. It's pretty good. We ended up scanning Matilda's Medea, because, yeah, you can see who's piloting it if you scan them. She starts at rank E, so she's not very good, but if you get her to, like, rank B and have her survive the Odessa, she gets pretty good. Yeah, so we're going to have the Black Tri-Star shoot at the Medea, which they do she has 180. And these guys do 50 with a combat, or with a limiter of 150. See that red bar at the top, that 150? That means they have a chance of doing 75 damage per thing. So we have to hit most of our shots to shoot it down, because 75 times 3 is 225. So we need to hit most of our shots to get that. Yeah, so we were able to move that guy down to here, but we're going to move the other 2 around to go capture this base. We'll capture this base, and this guy will probably be able to move all the way to it. So it should be fine, and we'll go intercept those guys. It'll probably work out. We're going to have to chase after these guys over here, so it's going to take a while. But there are 5 phases per battle. those turns are phases. We're on 2 out of 5 turns. You get 5 per battle, and then the battle ends. And then after you end your next like overview turn, you'll start the battle up again from wherever you left off. So we're hoping to kill this guy. We'll probably kill him. We'll hopefully take down the Medea. Because it has these 2 units inside of it, they'll take half damage and they'll lose half their energy and half their HP and get ejected one spot around, so we'll be able to kill them. And hopefully we can do enough damage to these guys. I'm really hoping we get to melee the tanks, because melee on tanks just kind of wrecks them, and tanks have no melee whatsoever. Yeah, one of the annoying things about this is if you do attack an enemy that has ground and flying, it only shows you the ground. So I don't actually know what's in space, or what's in the air, but we can only melee 3 units per turn, so even if we got all 3 hits like we did there, usually that doesn't happen. That tank is still alive with 1 tank left. Yeah, luckily we got that one. More than likely, that 1 tank that survived will go and attack the Black Tri-Stars because they're aces. Yeah, so we didn't kill the Medea. If it was standard Zaku's, we totally would have. Which I really wish you could upgrade the weapons on individual units in this game, but you can't. Sure, why not? Yeah, see, they attack the Black Tri-Stars. It's just the AI's weird about that. Yatta. We did it. Weirdly enough, if we got every single hit, yeah, we wouldn't have been able to kill them anyway. They would still have had 2 guys left. Yeah, it looks like Ortega's really messed up. Or was that Gaia? Always get that mixed up. Who are you? Oh, you're Ortega. So we want to move you up to there. Want to move you guys to here. We're gonna go shoot at these guys because we want to take out Matilda instead of these guys because these 2 are Saberfish and can't hit us. These guys will probably come down to attack us later, but hopefully we can take out the Medea. We'll move you up to there. We'll have you attack there. I also only moved 1 guy last turn, my bad. Oh well. Hopefully this will attract them to come after us. Which, in the base, you get a 25% bonus. I always think it's 20%, but on the planes we get nothing. So this guy's a little bit more covered, but they might still attack. Because we can't attack 2... They can attack us from 2 spaces away, but we can only attack from 1 away. So they'll attack us where we can't hit them back. Oh, and it's Ken. But yeah, the Medea can't attack us back, so it's all good. And Hero's hoping we'd kill it, but oh well. Kono. You see. I didn't actually listen to what he said after that. Yeah, Kono's an infinitive that means something far away from you. And Matilda ran away a little bit. The bombers are attacking us, as I thought. And yeah, they're actually... Okay, so I thought they were long-range bombers. They're actually these normal bombers. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about there. Come on, Garcia, do your job. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these guys back into this stack. Since they're undamaged and they have full energy, we'll have them on the top. Having them on the top doesn't guarantee the people below them will take no damage, but it lowers the chance quite a bit. So we're taking advantage of that. And yeah, we'll say... Yeah, they can't reach anyway, so... What I'll do is I'll move you here, we'll take out this one. Ah, I was hoping we'd be able to move there with this guy, but oh well. Next turn we'll hit this one with 2 units. And it is turn 4 out of 5. So we still got a turn left to go. Kill Matilda, who's going to be at about half HP, so the Black Tri-Stars won't do any damage. That there is a fan. I didn't know they had one of those. These things are the worst unit in the game. Gattle Fighters and Ogos, which are those things from MS Igloo, which are just metal cylinders with machine guns on them, do more damage. They do 16 damage, and they have no dodge chance and 30 HP. It's that thing one of the guys from Yabou, when it first got attacked, got blown up in. I don't know why they're in the game. Like, they're just so bad. Yeah, we lost one Zaku. You have to repair those after the battle's over, so you have to pay per one that gets shot down. You have to pay a third their cost and a third the resources, which makes sense. So we have to be careful and try not to lose everyone because we don't have very many resources. Though that being said, we're not all that low on resources, or we're not that low on resources. And yeah, Matilda's running away. Probably smart for her. Yeah, we can't catch her. But yeah, she's at 75 now. So we're gonna go there, capture that. We'll have these two move to here. Go attack there. Go attack there. Yeah, I don't think any of it... Oh, you know what? There's a 20% bonus here, but there's nothing here. So I'd rather us get the bonus even though they can't hit us, because this guy's going to move up and hit us next turn. Then we'll just have to go after these guys and possibly Matilda, but I doubt she'll get that close. And we'll just send these guys over. Usually the AI has subs in the Gulf of Odessa, which is really annoying because that means you have to capture all the bases to win, because the other way to win is to kill everyone, and that's how we're going to win here. But if they have subs, like, unless you have aquatic units, you can't do anything about them. Which even some aquatic units have problems with that. But yeah, those are saberfish. They can't touch us. I don't even know why they brought them, but they did. Probably the fan's going to move into the base and attack one of us. But that's fine too. That means we can just kill the saberfish as well. Nope, never mind. I was getting my hopes up. So yeah. Okay. You'll hear them talk constantly. Those are fans. Oftentimes I have no idea why you would ever use them. Yeah, see, the battle's over since 5 phases has passed. We'll be able to do that battle again the following turn. But for now we need to do 36 against 9. So they had 8 guys retreat. They have 1 saberfish. So they sent someone up from Yabou to help out. Saberfishes can attack you in space though. They have 3 tin cods, 5 saberfishes, and a Salamis cruiser. And yeah, no one over there. So, yeah, you guys have pilots. You Gattles don't. And Garma and Rumble Rawl. Along with, who do we have here? We don't have anyone really remarkable. I don't think, anyway. Yeah, no one has really good stats. So we'll just throw whoever was on top. I think that was Akos, one of Rumble Rawl's guys. Oh well, we're 1 unit slightly over. But the cool thing about HLVs is in space they can move. They can't scan or anything, but they can move. But yeah, since Garma's here and Garma's a general, or an admiral, whatever we go by in this game, I think actually written it's general, but I think in English we go by admiral. He overwrites anyone around him who has an aura. Like I think this guy does. Yeah, he has a really small one. But Garma's a higher military rank, so he overlaps everything. So, you know. And plus Garma, I think, has pretty good charisma. Oh, he has 5. It's not as charisma as I thought he would have, but oh well. Yeah, we'll send those guys out. And we'll send these guys out. So I don't know if I mentioned in the last episode, I don't remember, but these are Gattle Fighters. They're basically useless. You use them to bulk up your ranks, you don't actually fight with them. They're the equivalent of these things, or actually they're the equivalent of saberfish. The equivalent of tin cods are dops. But we'll crush them literally with like any mobile suit, so it's not a big deal. Yep. Ah, I forgot Rumble Rawl's in a Zaku 1. And from a lore perspective, I'm actually surprised they got the Zaku 1 so correct. His Zaku 1 has a 105mm machine gun inside the 120. Though I don't see why they wouldn't give him 120. I don't see why they didn't give them all 120s, but they don't. For whatever reason. Yeah, see, they left the Salamis in the middle. This is just like their sacrifice. And then they have these two here. These guys are running away, trying to get to this point and retreating. Because if you control the point above, like say you control here, you can use this option here to run away. I do that fairly frequently, so I won't say I will never do it, but it happens all the time. It's kind of useful to know how to do. Yeah, we'll actually use the Musai this time. Musais can attack. Same thing with Guazins and other ships. HLVs have no guns, but these guys actually do a fairly good bit of damage, but they have no accuracy, like, whatsoever. Their best accuracy was, what, 50? Oh, yeah, I don't really need to explain it because it's in English, but they have main gun, they have missiles. The main gun's attack is 128, accuracy is 50, range is 2 to 3 hexes, so they can't attack a unit right in front of them. And then their missiles are 1 to 3 with 35% accuracy and only do 48 damage. Oh, and you know, I forgot about it, but we have 2 ace units here, so we can scan. And for moving them into a Musai or anything like that, it's like acting like a base, except for it's half as efficient. So you heal like a fifth of their, or you've healed 10% of their HP, and I think 5% of their energy. It's something like that. Certain units do more, like Zanzibars and the larger battleships, but for now it's really, really weak. Yeah. Oh, they apparently have pilots in all of these. One of them's bound to be Shiro. For some reason, he always pilots a tin cod. Yeah, so they have force from reviving, so we couldn't destroy them, but we did pretty good damage. Yeah, Shiro was in that first one. Yeah, so we just shot down Slugger. He's not dead, he's just wounded. That happens a lot. Unless they die through an event, the character survives. So, no, you can't change history by killing Bright in the first turn. That's probably going to happen. And then there's that guy, Sato? His name's Chris something. Oh, and if you see how you have units in here? I can move them out if I eject them. If you move the character before, or the unit beforehand, you can't send units out anymore. So that kind of kills the plan. Oh, and there's also this ability, which is spreading Minovsky particles, which you'll notice on the bottom left, how there's defense of Minovsky particles. Minovsky particles are basically like having another, or like having just a straight up bonus, but they stop people from hitting you. They just, defense makes them do less damage. Minovsky particles lowers their hit chance, which are about equal things in this game. So they're pretty useful if you want to use them. I try to use them, but I'm very bad with it. Oh, and the Salamis has a 4 attack range, but the sweet spot on it when you're approaching it is, yeah, the sweet spot is 3, because 1 and 2 they would be able to hit you with both guns. At 3 away, they can only hit you with their main gun, and then you want to get really close up after that so you can melee the ship and do a shit ton of damage. When you're fighting Guazins, the capital ship for Zeon, you want to stay 4 spots away and then move straight up in front of them, because that'll like stop them from hitting you whatsoever. There's no good way of attacking Federation ships without getting hit, unless you can spread a shit ton of particles, which then you have a huge dodge chance, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're just gonna let those guys get away. We could try chasing them, but it's pointless. But yeah, so see how they're just shooting at us. Yeah, they can do a lot of damage and kill you in 1 hit. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason, like you'll see a unit get hit by a laser, and then the unit behind them explode. It's just the game. It's weird like that. It's something they could have figured out, but remember that this was 2008, and it really doesn't matter. Like, not at all. So he's likely to shoot at the HLV if he survives, but I doubt he will. We don't have anyone who can scan, I don't think. No. You have to have Ace custom units to scan, which we don't have any. So yeah. You guys full HP yet? No, you are not. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the Gattle Fighters because I really don't care. We'll send these guys out to chase. This is just to scare them away. I really don't care if they survive or not because we'll just shoot them down next battle. Or they'll retreat to Luna 2 and then we'll fight them later. And also, if you're wondering why Garma and Rumble Rawl are in the same unit together, that's for the descent operation on North America. And yeah, meleeing the enemy allows you to scan them. It allows a free scan if you get that far up close. Yeah, so they're probably going to shoot at the HLVs. I was hoping we'd kill him, but oh well. Apparently Zaku C's are not as good as I thought they were. Which Origin would not like you to believe. So in Origins, they just kill like 30 guys in the Battle of Loom and just murder everyone. Now in this one, we can't do it with explosive shells or anything, so... Oh, can these guys reach? Yeah, these guys can reach. So we'll have them attack. We'll have these guys here attack. We'll have these guys attack, and we'll have these guys attack. How much damage do Zaku C's do, anyway? Yeah, they only do 32 damage. You definitely want Fs. Oh, and they have... It's Cowan, so... Or... This is Admiral Cowan. He's the Stardust Memory dude. So see how there's these 4 supply lines going into this base? If we go and cut off their supply lines, the base won't heal him anymore. So since we move that guy to here, we cut off the 3 and we control this one. So we're actually safe. Hopefully we'll be able to do enough damage to scratch his paint. Hopefully. I think this is the last turn, though. It's 5 out of 5. Yeah. So if we don't kill him now, we'll have to do the battle again next turn, and it'll be like a 1-turn affair and really boring. Yeah, whatever you want to say. Damn, we got fucked up. And yeah, they just missed meleeing a freaking ship. That's just sad. Yeah, if you would have counterattacked, we would have killed him and we would have won the battle. Oh well. And then this one, which is 11 against 11. Saberfishes, Saberfish Tin Cod, Saberfish. These big square things are Columbus class carriers. They're like the Papua class. They don't do anything. They're kind of a waste to have. So we don't got to worry about them. And we'll send our good guys out, you know. Send out our Papua, which is stupid and doesn't do anything. Columbuses and Papuas can resupply other ships to get them more energy by taking out some of its own energy, which might sound like it's good, but it can only be used on other ships, and usually you have bases if you have other ships, so they're kind of worthless. So yeah, they're beelining for us while we're trying to get to them. Can ships capture bases? I don't remember. Yeah, the Papua definitely cannot. Oh well. We'll deal with that later. But we're in no rush here. You know what? The Zakus have a better movement anyway. Dozel and Shin. Yeah, they should be good on their own. Shin introduced himself, and Char was like, "Oh, you know, I know you by reputation. It's a pleasure to meet you," or something like that. So yeah, Musais can capture bases, but apparently Papuas cannot. Excuse me. So yeah, they got to the center base. They'll send some people out to attack us after somebody stays in there to defend. Probably Columbus class. Again, nothing to worry about there. We did kind of stick Char and his guys out on a limb, but it's fine. Who cares? If they need to, they can retreat back. Plus, we have Dozel here, so, you know. Huge S aura. And 17 charisma at level C. Which, how levels do it is they have F through S. As you get more kills and more EXP, you level up. So, at level C, which is like the mid rank, he has 17, so he's all good. Yeah, Roberto and Napoli. Good guys, them. Oh. That guy cuts off people's fingers. Go watch my Rise from Ashes playthrough and you'll understand why I said that. That was Michael from Rise from Ashes. That guy's crazy. And as previously stated, he likes cutting people's fingers off. So normally if you would have a ship like the Teve firing at this capital ship here, which is a Salamis, it would be able to fire back. But since we have a unit meleeing it, it has to counter the unit meleeing it. Though, there isn't anything that says it has to hit a particular unit meleeing you, so it'll pick one, but since we have only one unit doing it, it'll be shooting at that one. We also don't need to waste the Musai on a Tin Cod. And then that guy, he's from Blue Destiny, I can never remember their names. He's the guy with the creepy face. But yeah, we just killed Michael. Maybe Shiro's piloting this one? Oh well, we'll never know. It's not important. Yeah, we don't care about Eugene. Yeah, he didn't even fire back. I would have, just because he was dead either way. And it's a point of sticking it to the man, but oh well. Whatever you say, Char. I forgot to put him in the front. If I would have put him in the front, he could do a shit ton of melee damage, because he's Char. He's not a new type right now. He won't become a new type till he ranks up once. Which I think we have to get him 15 kills for that. We have to get him to 400 experience, I think. I think he starts at 250. Thank you. Making it easy on us. Yeah, Saberfish are better than Tin Cods, so I'd suggest Saberfish over Tin Cods. But it's not by much. So yeah, we'll take out the rest of those guys. Literally, after we take the 2 in the base, there's 3 Columbuses left. So... And nothing happened, which is all good. So we're going to do some spying and do some research. But I think I'm going to end the episode here now because it was so long. Next time we'll win like all the fights everywhere. They're building a bunch more Magellans. That's fine. They can build ships all they want. But yeah, we'll take out this pretty easily. We'll take out this one pretty easily. Odessa will be a slight bit more of a challenge because we have to chase after her, but that's about it. They'll probably drag that out as long as possible. Since we moved some people up into the atmosphere, I thought we moved up some HLVs. Oh. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I know what it did. they're in transit between the two. I thought it would be like retreating, but probably we have to wait till the battle's over for us to get our HLVs back. Which is kind of weird, but oh well. Yeah, we have a bunch of Zakus, so can always move them over to here for the invasion over there. I really hope I didn't accidentally get rid of the HLVs, which is also a possibility. If we did, I'm sorry, but oh well. I'm also gonna grab this guy, move him over to there to go invade California. This is Africa. Yeah, we don't care about Kilimanjaro for a while. And yeah, we'll move Gattle fighters and stuff all around the atmosphere to defend it when the time comes. Yeah, that'll be that, folks. If you liked the episode, you should like. If you didn't, you should dislike. I'll be back for more next week. I don't know. I haven't really decided a schedule on these ones. Good night.